Greetings everyone, Autism Father here, and I'm not the only one on the server today. It's a bit of a rare treat, to be honest. Somebody to talk to. And not just these guys. Because these guys really are no fun to talk to. Anyway, pardon me, I have a bit of a confession to make. The previous 2 episodes, I've been working on the CaveSpider spawners, both of them. Experimenting mostly, just trying to figure out what works and what doesn't, and okay, confession number 1 is, it was so frustrating. A lot more frustrating than I thought it would be, especially considering there's so many people that have built them before. I wanted to do it on my own, and it's not to say I couldn't, but I was struggling, so I started to look on YouTube, and yeah, anything I found no longer applied. I tried to do what they did, like to the letter, and it just wasn't going to happen. For example, like the single tube that you would have for a CaveSpider, since they're only 1 block, yeah, it just didn't apply, because as soon as they touched an edge, which was immediate because they are only 1 block, but they skim the sides. They would... Really? My inventory is full, yeah. But we really don't need a lever. As soon as their little legs would scrape the side, they'd be climbing, and they would stop because they would be fighting the water at that point. If they touched each other, they would be stopping. Yeah, it was just... There was just so many complications, and most of those builds that I watched had their own complications, so yeah, that's just to say that these guys change from version to version in Minecraft, basically. We can put some of this away because part 2 of my confession is that I've been building while... Why do I have a bone? Part 2 of my confession is that I have been building while off camera only because I was just so frustrated with it, and it makes for bad video to sit on YouTube and watch a 3-part series of somebody just spinning their wheels, basically, just getting nowhere, getting nothing done. Yeah, I have another one of it. So here's my big reveal. It's not a finished product, but functionally it is working. This is what I have. That's the spider spawner over there, number 1. And it's raining. Number 2 is over there. What I did have before was, in part 2, I had them coming out of this corner, and I had these guys coming out of this corner over here. By the way, hi. Nice to see you. And I tried to get them to converge over here, so that essentially these guys trying to get me would come out at that corner, and these guys trying to get me would come out at this corner, because they would fight the water otherwise. If I went right here, for example, these guys would get jammed up against the wall instead of coming out here to come and get me. The problem with that was, if I stand here, I'm okay. If I stand here, that spawner turns off. Which is a problem. They stop spawning. And if I try... It seemed like no matter where I tried, I could not get them to come to me without there being some type of conflict. They would bump each other, they would try to climb. So yeah, I have a mostly finished system here. It still has its flaws, but it works pretty well. While testing it, I got to level 40 twice. I'm at level 15 now, and I just enchanted something. And I've collected this. So that's, to say that while it's not perfect, I think it does pretty well. I'm going to start setting up here. Basically, we're going to try and pretty this up at some point, but for right now, some place to put some of these things. I also brought this bad boy right here because I figure if we're going to be here to kill a bunch of these guys, if we do hit level 30 doing so, we might as well enchant while we're here. If we have something to enchant, that is. But I'm going to leave this guy here, so anybody that comes here will have access to their stuff. crafting table, all that goodness will be here. I'm pretty far from the actual city. There's a city on this server, by the way, and my base is a little far from it, about 800 blocks. So I don't anticipate a lot of activity, but you never know. Somebody comes here, it's good to know that things are set up. What I can tell you is how I did this and why I did this, what I learned and what I needed to avoid. First of all, lights. I mentioned in the last episode that I lowered the roof. I don't know if you can tell from over... That rain is really loud. The roof is only... There's 1 block space between the spawner and the roof. Not 2, as you would use for zombies or skeletons, because cave spiders are only one block. So you don't need that much headroom. It also makes it easier to light the room. If these lights were 1 block higher, it would leave dark spaces in the corners, and you would still get the occasional spider spawning. This way you don't. The other difference is you're tempted to, because the spiders, when they spawn, they hit the floor. It's very tempting to build so that the spiders come out at the floor. And that's what I've seen in most tutorials, and I think... See, the positioning of these are weird, because that corner is there, and this corner is right here, and I can't stand right in the middle. Basically, what would happen is, no matter where I tried to get, even here, they're going to hit a wall. These guys hit that wall. These guys hit that wall. There's no good spot, exactly. This is about the best I could find. I could probably try to get right in here too. Anyway, and yeah, if they touch a wall, they're going to climb. Well, if you have them well positioned, you could probably build it such that they're on the floor. What I found, though, is if they touch an edge, or even if their backs touch the roof, which can happen when they bump into each other, they will begin to climb. And if you have your entryway down there, which is where I started down there, if you have rocks or stone going across there so that they can skim through the bottom, if they bump each other, they might touch that and climb up, and then they would get stuck. You would see them hitting their heads over here rather than coming through your tube. And I've seen a few tutorials where that happened occasionally, and they tried to do their best, and they just accepted that they weren't going to get every cave spider. But now it seems that I could stand here for, you know, a good 20 minutes and never see a spider get this far, because once one of them touches it, they back up, and they will just keep climbing and climbing and climbing, and you'll see a whole bunch of them with their heads poking through the stones and stuff, right? Because there's so many of them stuck. So my solution to that was to have them come along the top. So even if this guy here hits this wall, if they hit this wall, they will climb up and inch, maybe slowly, but they'll inch and eventually wrap themselves around this corner, and then off they come and they'll show up here. Likewise for that, what I initially did was to try to get them to go downwards, like to come out from the top and come down some stairs, or for these guys to meet at a different level than these guys. If you have, at any point I've found, say this right here is the ceiling. If I had this glass block right here down one, it doesn't matter how low if the walkway is underneath. So long as this is down one, that creates a lip where they can somehow, if they climb along the edge of the wall, if they bump each other, they might touch the wall, they'll climb up and they'll hit that lip. If this block is 1 block lower than this one, and they'll bump into it and they'll just stay there. And again, they'll kind of move around and they'll go up and down and they'll bump other cave spiders and create a blockage. So I found when you have a tunnel leaving a cave spider spawner, you want this to be as level as possible, or have it come up. Never ever down, because if it goes down, that creates a blockage. So right here, it goes up 1 block. If they climbed right up here, they would climb up to over here, and that would be okay. These guys, their ceiling is 1 block higher, so they'll come over here. Now, this block is lower, but I would be standing here, so they would never even try to get this far. And if they do try to climb up, they're climbing up to right here where I can hit them. So that's not a problem. Yeah, so never try to get whatever ceiling you create for them. Don't ever have a point where it gets lower, is what I'm trying to say, because they will get backed up. What else could I tell you? Water helps a little bit, especially inside, because if I'm standing far enough away that they still spawn but they don't see me, then the water will have an effect. But once they do see me, they can fight that they can go all the way to that back wall if I'm standing back there. It will have zero effect on them. So water on the ground level inside where the spawners are is good. Get them to where you are. You can see I got water going that way, and then along this wall I have water coming this way. Over here I have water going that way, and I don't have water over that way, but that's because I'm close enough. Even if they come over here, they'll see me, and they'll come this way. So once I have these stairs, I use stairs because they can climb that easier. Well, anyway, okay, one thing at a time. Once they hit these stairs, there's no water because they don't need it. If anything, it'll just slow them down, and not by much. They won't use it. Once they see you, they will come. They will be here really fast, and I will show you very shortly. Stairs. The reason I use stairs instead of just blocks is that they don't climb stairs, they walk stairs. And there's a big difference with cave spiders because once they start to climb, they don't stop. So if they hit a block right there, they would climb right up this wall. And if they climb right up this wall, well, for right now, because I have a flat ceiling, it would be okay. But if there was a lip anywhere, if there was a block, if this glass block was one block lower or something, there actually is a stone block right back there, which is there for a reason. But if there was one block lower, if that was a block there instead of a stair, once they hit it, they'd start to climb, and they would go to a wall and continue to climb. They don't stop climbing once they start, and they will come right up top and possibly get jammed there. And it wouldn't just be the first one; every single one would do that. But if it's a stair, it'll just climb right up and continue scurrying along until it gets to where it needs to be, providing it doesn't run into any other blocks. So I learned pretty quickly not to have them climb ever, never ever, because they don't stop. So that's why the stairs are there. This water I put there. It really doesn't serve a whole lot of purpose against the spiders exactly. I have 2 signs there, 2 signs there. It keeps the water flow this way. The reason I did that is because when you kill a spider, it drops spider eyes, cobwebs, and the XP orbs, those little green orbs. They don't necessarily drop right where the spider was. It will bounce off to the side, it'll shoot that way, because there's 3 different items that will pop out of there. If they come into contact, it could kind of shoot them out a little bit. And so you'll end up with a lot of items sitting off to the sides. And if they're off to the sides, they're pretty much gone. But if they land back that way, at least there's a water stream. And also, I have an iron gate, iron fence underneath. You'll notice that this one side isn't connected to anything. So if any of their drops falls in any of these 3 squares, or even on this fence right here, this water will push it to the edge and down, which is important. We want to collect as much as we can. Down here underneath I have a hopper which goes into a chest, which saves us from having to come down here and pick it all up. For the stairs, you'll notice that I have blocks here, and then stairs. Initially when I built this, I had stairs and then a bit of a walkway, and then stairs, and then got them here. I was trying to get these guys to come up some stairs here, and these guys come up some stairs here, and basically be climbing or walking upstairs as they met each other, so that they would go up at this point. But what happened was, and it happened a lot, like enough that it was a real problem. If I had stairs here, when I killed them, the majority of their experience orbs, those little green balls, would go down the stairs all the way. Not just a little bit. They would go all the way down the stairs and end up in that water at the bottom of the stairs. A lot. I'm not talking like 1 or 2 orbs. There was a lot that went down there. I could swear I just heard a skeleton. I think I have most of this blocked off, but I mean, I've had creepers blow up behind. I was sitting right here working, chop, 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 and all of a sudden, psst, yeah. So then I had to fix all this stuff. Anyway, yeah. So I made the stairs go straight from ground level all the way to the point where I needed it, and then flat, flat. And this helps because if the experience orbs lands here, there is a skeleton. I can hear him. If it lands here, while I'm standing here, it'll slowly creep its way back up and I will collect it. But if there was stairs, it would fall all the way down and it would be gone forever. I think it's because it's raining. I might be hearing them on the surface or coming down from the surface. I don't know if you can hear that. I can hear it very clearly and it has me nervous. Yeah. Okay, so we're still going to lose a few experience orbs, sadly to say, and there's still going to be the occasional spider that gets stuck. Usually just walking over helps. They'll let go and they'll come and get me. So it's not a perfect system, but it's pretty close, I think. I also made a whole bunch of these. Oh yeah, I was going to make another chest just for these, actually. Because you don't want to... Anybody? No? Okay. Fenced off everything. You don't want to use your good swords. Here we go. In the future, I'll probably get a brewing station going here too. Make some potions that will instant kill them. Something like that, I don't know. But for now, stone swords. Oh, did I put everything? Yeah. Little one will do. That's what she said. Here we go. Here we go. Time for a demonstration, I think. No skeleton's going to interrupt my day. Okay. This switch goes to this wire. I neatly tucked it back there. This one comes this way. Gets repeated because it can only go 15 blocks, and this is already... Wow. Okay. Hope you're not afraid of lightning and thunder. Okay, so anyway, that switch lights up these lights. What is going on up there? And then it goes in behind here. Comes down here. There's a repeater back there. And lights up these ones. So yeah, all lit up, which gives us the ability to flip the switch right here. It gets pretty dark in there. It'd probably get even darker if I got rid of this and this and this. I made it stone. But I like being able to see inside. I don't know how loud that is for you. I have my sound at 7 and it's very, very loud. So I apologize if... because that's crazy. Okay, so here we go. Are you ready? Lights off. And here they come already. Oh my. So you can see them all come right up to me. And these guys will just keep right on spawning. They can't hurt me. They sure do want to, though. So does that thunder, it sounds like. I'm far enough away, these guys will just keep right on spawning. Some more from here, yep. Come on up. Come on. Yeah, so double cave spider spawner. Works pretty good, I think. You just go right on ahead. See how they kind of shoot out when you kill them? Same thing happens with the string and spider eyes and stuff. See, there goes some string and some experience over there. See that? Yeah. Oh, you see those? Look at that. See how it comes from the top? See that? They were climbing. They got stuck on that one. Actually is stuck. But they slowly get around the corner and come over. It all depends on the layout when you find them. They're not always one there and one there, right? It's like sometimes one will be back that way or something. So that's partly why finding a tutorial is difficult, because the layout makes a big difference. You have to be able to situate yourself where they can get from there and from there without hitting walls. And it's not always as easy as you would think. Wow, need another sword. I've gone through so many of these. So yeah, look at that. What was I? Level 15, I think? Yeah, working great. So you can see the magic, the EXP. Look at that, it's coming up. If those were stairs there, like even, see these ones are coming up. If the second row right here was stairs, it would just be gone. But because there's two squares there that are flat, it slowly makes its way back to me. So I lose a lot less. See, there's some going down that way because I have one block and then stairs. So it's sliding down and being gone to me forever. Alright, alright, alright. You guys can stop spawning now. So what was that? A couple of seconds? Almost a minute? Maybe just over a minute? I don't know. But I'm gonna start starving here. Yeah, used 2 swords. Got up 7 levels. I know, there's still one. Come on. I used my good sword on you. Come on. Come on. Yeah. So, yeah, working great. That was at 9. So these come in a lot slower, but got lots of strings. Yeah, I'm pretty happy. Good little string and XP farm. Not perfect. Lost a little bit. But for the little time that I was here to get 7 levels, and did alright, I think. So those are the things that I learned. This is Minecraft version 1.5.2. I started this on 1.5.1. I don't think anything has changed with CaveSpider spawners in that short a time, but depending on when you watch this, 1.5.2 may be a distant memory, in which case their behavior may have changed again since then, but if not, or if it hasn't changed too much, or if you're using 1.5.2 right now, I hope this helps. Remember those things I told you. Don't let them hit the walls if you're going to help it. Have them come up rather than down. Don't ever have a block lower than the block before, otherwise they will find a way to hit it. And once they start climbing, they never ever stop. So using those tips, hopefully you can build yourself your own little system, get yourself some CaveSpider spawners going. Who knows, if you find a good system, you may be able to get that third one going. I have a third one back in here somewhere, but it's not within reach. So yeah, all in all, I think this is a success. The only thing left to do now is clean it up, make it look presentable, get ourselves an enchantment room, a brewing room to make some potions to kill them faster, so I don't have to use swords. And yeah, that's my project. 3-part episode, 2 parts frustration, 1 part here's what I learned. In all honesty though, I'm glad it's over. Until next time, I mean, who knows? 1.6 may bring out some changes and I may have to rework this whole thing. But until then, thanks for watching. I hope to see you again soon. I hope this helps. I'll talk to you later. Bye.